Good morning, everybody. It's Mr. Soli in Las Vegas. Thank you for finding me on YouTube. It's June 19th, 2025, Throwback Thursday. I wanted to quickly make a video about the protests in New York City yesterday as we enter the seventh day of Israel's offensive against Iran. There were hundreds of protesters in New York City yesterday who were protesting against Israel, of course, holding up signs saying "Leave Iran alone," stop, peace with Iran, things like that. It's astounding to me that these people, these young people, either aren't aware of the history of that part of the world, of Iran, or of Iran's actions since 1979. It's incredible to me that folks either don't know the history, they've known it and forgot it, or they are deciding to ignore it. Because in 1979, in 1979, Iran had the revolution. The Ayatollah won, different Ayatollah, and he immediately imposed Sharia law in Iran, and it's been an ironclad Sharia law country since then. And of course, they're a theocratic authoritarian country. And Sharia law basically said, if you Google Sharia law and see what that means, it's incredible to me that these New York City protesters yesterday in the wealthiest country in the world are defending a country still imposing Sharia law on its citizens in 2025, let alone the atrocities Iran's committed since 1979 around the world, suborning terrorism and being the largest state sponsor of terrorism on the planet Earth through its proxies and through its own actions. Let that aside, just the fact that Iran imposes Sharia law on 91 million people in 2025 is astounding to me, and that anyone in a Western democracy, a constitutional republic like the United States, with cell phones in their hands, with access to information 24/7, either don't understand what Sharia law means, especially for women. There were a lot of women in the protests yesterday in New York City, hammering away at Israel for defending itself against Iran and going on the offense, claiming that Iran somehow is the victim in all this. It is simply not true. Historically, factually, philosophically, religiously, whatever lee you want to examine this situation, whatever lens you want to look through, there's no question that Iran is the bad guy, and that what Israel is doing is to save Israel itself, the Middle East, its allies, us, and the free world. Iran getting a nuclear weapon puts the entire world at risk, not just Israel, not just the Middle East, not just the Gulf states, the United States, our European allies, everyone. And again, for these protesters in New York City to be defending Iran after what they've done, I want to mention just one thing. In 1979, after the revolution was over, after the fundamentalist Islamic extremists took over the country, in addition to establishing Sharia law in Iran that's executed to this day, they took U.S. hostages. Does this ring a bell for anyone? President Jimmy Carter, Democrat, one term, was the president at the time. The economy was weak. The economy was very bad. Inflation was through the roof. Gas lines, remember 1970s, all the gas lines, all those things were happening. And Iran took U.S. hostages and held them for almost 700 days. So since 1979, Iran has been hostage-taking, Antifada-issuing, jihadist-loving, terrorist enabling through their proxies around the world and through their own efforts all over the planet Earth. And yesterday in New York City, American and foreign protesters who were here legally, I hope, were defending Iran. And those, by the way, just back to that 1979 issue and the hostage situation, what got Ronald Reagan elected was the fact that he promised to bring home our hostages in 1980, and he did. That's why Jimmy Carter was a one-term president. That's why he's one of the worst Democratic presidents in the world. Now he's been bested by Joe Biden, of course. But just if you see anyone holding signs saying, give Iran a break, or I defend Iran, just remember the history involved here, what Iran has been doing since 1979, what it's been up to, and what it still subjects its own citizens to, what it really believes in. And remember that what Israel is doing is for the entire world, not just for its own self-preservation. I really do appreciate your kind attention today. If you appreciate this content, if you like what I'm saying, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm a DIY conservative content creator based out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and I would really appreciate your kind support. Thank you for your attention today. I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks so much.